winds in severe gale 9 for a time, except exceptions. Rain showers heavily moderate. Time south-southwest, 5 to 7, occasionally gale 8 for a time. Rain for a time, good. Okay.
Good morning, guys. I wanted to give you an update. I know a few people have been quite interested in my diversification on these videos from just purely G-Shock to the cycling and triathlon side of things. It's a new undertaking for me. I'm really enjoying it, but yeah, I'm about 3 months into I'd say a new project, which is to get triathlon fit in 2021, and I must say it's thoroughly enjoyable so far. This morning I've been out on what's called a brick session, which means you're doing a bike transitioning to a run, which sets your legs up for that kind of feeling that you're not accustomed to if you're not used to doing that kind of transition, and your legs feel very heavy when you get off the bike and get into a run. It was a 40k bike and just a short run, I think less than 6 kilometers. Anyway, this is the telltale signs. I've got my chain mark on the back of my leg, running socks on, so you know I've been doing both of those two things. Now I just wanted to also give an update on the kit I've been wearing recently. I want to go through a few things. Now, of course, front and center you'll see my Rangeman here. Now, what you might be wondering is why I'm still relying on a G-Shock when it doesn't have GPS capability. And obviously when you're training on the bike and running, a lot of people want that GPS tracking to make sure that know what kind of distances they've covered. The truth of the matter is, I just keep on coming back to the G-Shock. I do have a Garmin, and I do really like it for the running side of things, actually. But when I'm on the bike, this Rangeman is just so comfortable and so, there's just nothing to maintain about it. I don't have to charge it. One of my pet hates of any smartwatch or anything like that is the fact that you have to keep on top of the charging of them. There's enough peripheral accessories to manage when you start getting into this kind of sport anyway, that the last thing you want to worry about is my timepiece going to be run out on me during the session. So that is staying as my core watch, although I do switch it up to the Garmin sometimes on another wrist if I want to track GPS specifically, and I'm actually looking for the GBDH1000, the GPS enabled G-Shock, when I can get my hands on it, although so far I haven't been able to do that. What else am I using kit wise? So this is the Gaerne, I hope I'm pronouncing that correct, Gaerne Carbon G.Stilo. Now, one thing I want to say to people is that when you start getting into cycling, particularly on road bikes, and I'm sure mountain bikes is the same, you very quickly realize that it can get an expensive hobby. I've definitely put a fair amount of money into it over the last few months. Now, the way I see it is, that money is well spent. It's an investment on your health and longevity, so long as you're sensible about it. I haven't got a top-end bike. I actually bought a second-hand bike, a BMC, which I'm very happy with. It's the SLR02 Team Machine, and I haven't gone crazy with that to spend on the bike, but there's some things which are worth spending money on because it's the comfort factor, and it's also how long you're going to be able to ride without getting like chafage or blisters. Now, these have been an absolutely wonderful investment. They've got a very, as most road bike shoes do, they've got a very rigid kind of support system throughout, called the tarsal support system. It's got a carbon elements on it as well. It's very lightweight, and you can see the carbon running through it there. And on the heel as well, there's the system which goes into it's basically the cleat system on the bike, SPD, and I just want to say that there were cheaper options, and in the past I've had cheaper shoe options on bikes which have actually worked fine. But what I would say is that I have noticed a difference spending a little bit extra money to get something that's really a kind of higher end product. So in terms of the kind of where you can spend your money and get the most return for it, these have been fantastic. Next is these ASICS, the Gel KAYANO 27s. I've been an ASICS kind of devotee for about 4 years now. I got the old version of, I had a blue pair of these, but they're slightly different, probably about 3-4 years ago. For someone like me who has a pronation in the foot, so it kind of, my ankle tends to lean in a bit. It needs some support, and these have been great. I haven't had any blistering issues, which I have been prone to in the past with other shoes. ASICS just seem to work for me. I know everyone's different, but again, they're not the cheapest option out there in terms of a running shoe. But again, when you're getting into a sport like triathlon, what you want to be doing is making sure that you have got consistency. You're getting out there regularly enough to improve, get stronger, get more fit, and cover the distances needed. So for me, I'm perfectly happy spending that extra money on these fantastic shoes, rather than kind of scrimping and regretting it because I've got blisters or because I haven't had the right support and I've tweaked my Achilles heel, which is something I've done in the past, and it is trust me, it's a nasty thing to do, because it's not something that has an easy fix. You just have to rest it for a long time. So these shoes, so far so good. I've now been running on them for about 2 months. Wonderful. Love the old ones, and these ones just feel slightly more maybe structured is the word, but yeah, just very happy with those ASICS. I think it's called the Tokyo Sunrise Edition. It's people might think that's related to the Tokyo Olympics, which was supposed to take place in 2020 and now may or may not take place in 2021, but I don't think that's the case. I think it's just a cool series for the year, which a few of the ASICS trainers this year have Tokyo written on the side, and I'm not ashamed to say I like a nice design on my outdoor wear, so that was a good extra selling point as well. Now the third point I want to get to with regards my kit for the triathlon, and trust me, triathlon and kit and equipment go hand in hand. When you start looking into it and start doing research, it's a deep rabbit hole, and I am only just starting to understand the various options out there. But for someone like me, I love it. It becomes a very engaging hobby, and you can start to see your improvement based on the fact that you're following structured training regimes, you're starting to use the right equipment, and it really is very satisfying. Anyway, the last bit I want to talk about is the actual outfits that you wear on the bike. Now, again, I come at this as a complete and utter novice to road cycling. It is so clear to me now that if you're not wearing bib shorts on a bike, you're really giving yourself a disadvantage. Now, I have a couple of pair of bib shorts already, which I've been using for about 5-6 months, made by the same company, Gaerne. However, I thought I'd order some more, and I'd open them here on the StormRider channel. So these it's quite exciting for me, actually. I'm a massive fan. I think I mentioned this in the past. I'm a fan of Italian design and or Italian products and flair, and these are actually a mixture of Italian and American. You see, it's made in Tuscany, designed in New York, and it's from a company called OSTROY. Now, something I came across online, got some very cool designs on here. Their website is full of just very interesting, unusual designs, because as you might know, the road bike kind of fraternity, or the road bike world has sometimes quite rigid or conservative designs on its team kits and things. Now, there's been a trend over the last couple of years where teams are getting a bit more, let's say, getting a bit more flair, a bit more creativity in what they wear. The company Rafa also produces some beautiful kit as well. So I thought I would enter into that world as well. So first of all, I want to show you this. Now, first time it's came out of the pack, but it's actually a cycling cap. Now, cycling caps serve a very useful purpose, which is that they can sit under the helmet, which I always wear, but they also have this very lovely quality lightweight cotton, so you don't overheat too much, and the all-important sun visor, which is critical. And I tell you what, I'm a little bit, I can't say much right now because I just love this design so much. The first time I'm seeing it in the flesh, and what it is the caravan, or the kind of backup squad of sponsors and TV and team support of the Tour de France. Obviously old school style, probably 1950s, 1960s. Looks like you've got a, is that Citroen? You've got a VW Beetle there. So yeah, this is the cap that I've got, which I'm very happy with that. Great vibrant colors. Next is a new top. So in line with the other products that I've been talking about, you have to really, in my opinion, spend a little bit of money to get some quality tops and bib shorts, simply because they can be, if you go for the cheaper options, it's fine, but you might find that they're a bit less breathable and a bit more likely to chafe and cause you problems on your longer rides. And again, if you come across problems like that, that is a little bit, just adds a little bit more chance that you're not going to complete your ride, or you're not going to go out for the next one as early, and again, it will stop your consistency. So this is the OSTROY top, really cool design there. As I say, made in Italy, and feels incredibly breathable, stretchy, and I went for large. It'll be interesting to see if it works well on my body type or not. I'm quite kind of quite lean, but probably a little bit bulkier than your average road cyclist, so I might be a bit tight for me, but let's find out. You can see also you've got the all-important pockets on the back there for your anything that you want to take on your ride, such as gels or tools, your mobile phone, things like that. And then last but not least, we have the bib short. Again, let's not underestimate, guys and girls, the importance of having good protection around the nether regions when you're doing a longer run on the bike, because trust me, saddle sores and things like that are a real problem, and you're very unlikely to get back on the bike anytime soon if you've got really bad saddle sores. So what they do is they provide this with inbuilt protection here inside, which pretty much mirrors the shape of the saddle. You can see it there, and it provides I'd say that's a good couple of centimeters of padding. Very lightweight. It's obviously got the straps that go over the shoulders to make sure it stays up and doesn't fall down during your ride. Got a very cool design which I had to go for, which is the classic Italian coffee machine there. Then the Italian, that's the mocha, I think you call it. I love that style of coffee. Throughout university I used those kind of coffee machines when I was a student. And then the OSTROY design on the side. So yeah, to summarize, I just wanted to show you that I guess the main message is that, yeah, the sport of any kind, you have to invest in kit, and many sports can get quite expensive. I think the way to look at it is not to go crazy. You don't have to have a top-end aero bike right at the start, for example. Buy something second-hand that you know has been well looked after. But with these bits of kit that actually go on your body and touch things which are susceptible to injury or chafing or rubbing or just basically bodily damage, that's where I like to spend my money, and that's where I get the biggest return. So yeah, just again, I am no expert. I'm a newbie in this completely, but it's a philosophy that I'm realizing as I get more deeper down this rabbit hole, and if anyone else is exploring that rabbit hole as well, I just thought it might be of interest to you. So yes, I've done my big run for the day and my big bike ride for the day. So still early in the morning, so now I can go and do some stretching and get on with it. So have a wonderful day, guys. Hope you're doing something active, keeping yourselves healthy, positive and strong, and I look forward to speaking to you next time on the StormRider channel. Take care.